being in a relationship. When you're young, you get more negative life experiences than positive ones, because being in a relationship doesn't really teach you much about life. Being in multiple relationships and dealing with multiple people that are very different and dynamic, that teaches you much more. Instead, a lot of times being in a long-term relationship teaches you unhealthy things. Sometimes they're abusive relationships. Oftentimes when they're early relationships, they are in one way or another, especially if you're using external validation to get something from someone and they're using you to get their confidence and ego. A lot of times our first relationships are toxic ones, especially when we're young and when we try to form long-term relationships at that point. And so it creates a reinforcing bad behavior instead of a good one.
Women are sort of like born Olympic athletes in the level of manipulating men and the kind of social skills, right? Because they just know how to shit test automatically. It's like a built-in skill. And you as a man getting out there into the field, you're like you just joined the track team, right? This is your first time running a 100-yard dash and you're competing against Olympic athletes, but you don't know you're competing against them. So they're going to run fucking circles around you, right? Like most guys end up getting wrecked. And that's why they get into bad relationships, is because the girl walks all over them, treats them like shit. They don't even know any better. And as a man, it takes you time to learn those skills and develop those skills, and so that you can actually have a successful relationship. Because a lot of guys potentially get into a relationship with a girl young, when they're too young, where they don't have that experience. They're not really real grounded as a man. And then they end up fucking it up. Like that girl could have been a successful relationship with them, but because they're not a man yet, they don't know how to stand their ground. They don't know how to act in a relationship and how to respond to the emotional tantrums that women sometimes throw and that kind of things. Then they end up responding wrong, and it puts them in a bad place. And then that kind of sours the whole thing.